Hello, you guys. Welcome to the seventh session of the Literary Circle. Today, we're going to discuss chapter number 7, just in case you have any doubts. So, okay, in this chapter, interesting things happened. Quite interesting. Like we were talking about what would happen in the future in this chapter, and some of us or some of you were pretty close in your predictions. So yes, I would like to hear some opinions about the chapter. Let's start with Kathy. Kathy, did you enjoy the chapter?
Yes, but I think that I'm not very close because I thought about this woman that I thought that she stayed because she liked Mexico,
Yeah,
and the really is that she was lost.
she got lost. Yes.
She got lost. Yes,
So,
so many lost.
you liked the story in general, the story
Yes.
you told us?
Yes, but I think that it's similar who are no they are sorry the people always think about other things, the other people. For example, in this chapter, Lenina don't like the people that lives in Mexico, and I think it's similar. For example, the people lives in Santiago, they don't like the people lives in the south or the
Yeah.
Temuco, for example.
Mhm.
It's the same, for example, the country. The people lives in Chilean think bad about the culture or the rituals, or I don't know, the people lives in Peru, for example, Peruvian.
Yep. Yeah, it's a similar. Yeah, they're emphasizing racism, xenophobia,
Mm,
all those aspects that are very strong in the society of the world state. So
yeah.
yeah, it's like they're made to hate everybody who's different to them. Everybody who looks different, you must reject that person. That's the main idea, I think. So thank you, Kathy. Let's go with some other opinions. Felipe, how about you? Did you like the chapter?
Yes, I really like the chapter. And yeah, same as Catherine, I thought that the woman was staying in the reservation because she liked it, but it had nothing to do with that. But in more general terms, I think that the chapters covers some topics about our current society where we drift apart from our origins. And for example, one concept is getting old. And it's true that in our society we still get old and everything, but there was a time where we used to die much earlier, and that is nature. But because we develop science and other things in the environment, we are able to live much more. So uh, many things like that that we have in our current world is because we have make an alteration to the nature, and maybe we despise everything that is from our origins.
Yes, we despise natural ways. I mean, we nowadays in our current society, as you were saying, we don't like natural things. For example, let's say breathing. Like, I mean, when you're not breathing, huh? I hate breathing. I love when you don't breathe. No, no, it's like when you have a baby and you're giving milk to that baby, he's breathing. So you are. So a lot of people reject that, and that is like the most basic human action if you want survival. So,
Yeah.
or I don't know, menstruation is another topic that a lot of people reject. A lot of
Yeah.
things that we women struggle with, like natural things from women. Yes.
For here in Chile, Chilean education, sex is like a taboo or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and that is very natural. Like, and we dislike that. So it's unnatural, for example, especially for a woman, to have, I don't know, several different partners in this society. Of course, this is very natural, but we're speaking of the fact that is common in these two societies, the world state in our society, that we reject natural things and try to actually not only reject, but also try to like leave it aside, or like you don't want it in your world. You just want it off your world, so you close your eyes or you prevent it from happening, but you do not allow it. And that's very true. I agree with you 100%. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a little while. Veronica, how about you? How do you feel with the chapter?
Yeah.
Mainly about your friend, Lenina.
No, I could let. I could.
I know. And this was
No,
mainly about her. So funny.
no, no. It's a joke. I like this chapter because it's about new information for me. For example, people in the world state is young forever. I didn't understand this in other chapter. Now I clear with this information, but for me, this chapter was very confused in different aspects. I have many questions because I can understand why in a long time never visit this reservation because never saw again or antes, I don't remember. For example, Linda or her son John.
Yeah.
The first time, only Bernard with Lenina is strange for me. Or
No, yeah, sorry.
why Linda was pregnancy, that director, but she used a contraceptive. Why
They
she was pregnancy?
0.0001 chances. I think she took it. Like like contraceptive are like 99.99999% effective. Maybe she took the 0.0001, or maybe something else happened. You don't know. Maybe it was the director who wanted to have a baby. That's the thing. The director has a baby, a real life, naturally born baby, with that a baby that he made with a woman he loved. So wrong. That is very wrong. And we have this very different man in this society, John. John speaks like Shakespeare. He speaks very weird. And maybe you didn't notice, but he speaks in a very unique way. He used very unique words. He likes Shakespeare, and he's blonde and white. But everybody in the reservation is dark skinned, like we are. Looks like we are, but he's blonde because he is the director's son, and his parents comes from the world state. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that too in a little while about the director's son. So just wanted to make a quick comment. Before I got confused and I mentioned something differently. I had like it was like dyslexia second. I said fresh breathing instead of breath like breastfeeding. It's like when you give milk to a baby. It's just a comment in case you are learning from me because I'm your teacher. Sorry about that. It was just a mistake with the letters. Breastfeeding, not breastfeeding. Okay, so let's continue with Francisco. Francisco, I would like to hear, first of all, welcome back to our circle, and I would like to hear your opinion on the chapter.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry the delay that I am here. The chapter for me was very interesting for two main reasons. The first, I think that the chapter takes some aspect about our society. For example, is similar, or the Lenina's attitude is like inequality, is about contempt toward to people of Mexico, and it's like contempt. And the inequality is for that reason: the dark skin of the people, the, I don't know, the smell, the bad smell, the lifestyle that these people is living in that place. And on the other hand, the Bernard's attitude is like I don't know, it's like a person against of the system, his own system. And it's like the Insurgent films. I don't know if you saw that films. Insurgent is like it's
I think we're
a
too old
saga.
for that. I think we're like, you're too young for, like, compared to the rest of us. I think that your generation got that more than our generation. For those of us who are a little bit older. But yeah, I know the
No,
saga because my niece likes it.
yes, but these people is against of the systems, and then for that reason start a revolution and try to overcome that level, and the I don't know, the government that is different that the people thinks. And Bernard is like, it's like that, these people uh, only is
He's
for
like a
me
rebel, you're trying to say? Like he's against the system?
yeah.
Yeah.
In this chapter the director changed to, yes, changed the place of work of Bernard to Iceland.
Ah, yeah, but that was previous chapter. Yeah,
Sorry.
he like threatened Bernard with being sent to Iceland, like maybe
Yeah.
one day. But yeah, it is true that in this place it's like they are showing you how much we reject people, or like not only because of the smell or because of the way they live, as you mentioned, but also because of the age, as Felipe was saying. It's like we reject, not we, they, the world state reject the society in general. And yes, we have this Bernard that's been showing us for a few chapters that he does not like the system, and that he actually wants to go to this reservation to look. I think he's trying to look for an option, an alternative. And maybe he has found the alternative he's looking for here in this reservation. Or maybe he's found something else that may be useful. So, Christian, what do you think of the chapter?
I think the
We're losing you. We're losing you.
chapter was interesting.
Yeah?
What?
Something is off with your microphone. You sound really weird. But now, go ahead.
Ah, no. I think that the chapter was interesting because
Oh. Am I the only one who's not listening?
No,
Somebody's listening?
connection problems.
Yes. You have connection problems, Christian. We cannot
Lenina
hear you.
can take some.
Hold on. Hold on. We couldn't hear you.
No. No?
No, we
Now?
couldn't hear you. Something is off with your microphone or your connection, but when you start talking, it goes like this.
That is strange.
Yes.
No. I
It's like you start speaking and it fails.
Yeah, when he explains, it sounds perfect.
Yes, yes. Are you listening now? Oh God. But yeah. Okay. Sorry, Christian. Are you there? It was funny because when he was talking, It was perfect, but he started explaining and it failed. There you
that
are.
the chapter.
Yeah. We couldn't hear anything again.
And yes.
Yeah, okay. So, please,
Ahora sí.
yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna work because as soon as you started speaking, it goes away. So maybe try reconnecting to the line, something like that, because you start talking and it goes right away.
Maybe he can turn off the camera and
Yeah,
it might sound
try
better.
turning off the camera and just turn on the microphone, so maybe it works that way. No, but the camera.
No,
Yeah.
you can hear me good.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
It's
Try.
good.
Let's
Yeah.
see if it works.
Okay, I think that the chapter was interesting, because Lenina, she could take the soma, and she don't had the effects of the drug,
Yes.
and the external factors affected more than
Then
of normal. For
yes.
example, in Malpais,
Mm-hmm. For example.
uh,
Yeah.
in Malpais,
Hmm?
um, and she she wasn't prepared for for the situation.
Yes. She wasn't ready. I mean, she brought Soma. I mean, she took Soma to the reservation, of course. Like you need Soma to survive. And but the thing is that both her and Bernard forgot the Soma back at the, let's call it, hotel room. So she had to experience all these weird emotions that was watching someone being whipped or watching people dancing and screaming and old people, all these emotions all together without any drugs. So for the first time, we see Lenina really experiencing the world
Mm.
without the effects of any drugs. And that's a very interesting point of perspective that she's offering us because she's always
Al-
drugged. Yes?
Also, for the man was killed in the ritual.
I think he wasn't killed. He was just tortured. He survived.
Sure.
Yeah, it was just tortured. Just that. Don't worry. Just torture. But yeah, he was whipped. And then that's when we get to know this character, John, who walks in and he actually commands that he would have liked to be the man whipped there. It's like, I think what they're trying to show us here is that in the reservation world is good to feel emotions. It's like the best thing it's all about emotions. It's all about feeling pain. It's all about feeling love, pain, and I don't know, devotion. This was like a religious act, so it was devotion. Unlike the world state where you don't feel anything. So, why do you think, Felipe, why do you think that they are showing us this contrast between the two societies, where one in which you feel everything and another one in which you feel nothing?
Mm,
Mm.
yes.
Mhm.
Good question. I think that in a society where the how do you say consumista?
Consumism. In a
Consumism? Yeah,
consumist society?
in a
Ah, yeah, consumist.
consumism society,
Consumist
the
with T at the end. Consumist society.
the in a consumist society, the only goal is to just live and work and buy and have instant gratification. And so, from one part, everything that make us humans, like we created religion, we created some relationships that are only one person. That's an invention of humans. Uh, that doesn't serve a purpose when the only goal is to produce and consume. So that is like, for example, a machine. And and in this society, which is more like us, more this savage reservation, it's all the contrary. They don't have factories, consuming. They're only living in nature. So the only things that they have is religion, relationships, and mostly the things that make us humans in the first place. Uh, I think that in the square, they're showing some representation of Catholic religion, not only because of the cross, which was
Okay.
very obvious, but also because of the sacrifice, where Catholic religion is a lot about sacrifice and
And
that
even
kind of,
wicked, like the
yeah, like,
autoflagellation. Have no idea how to say that in English, but it's about that, right?
yeah, yeah, and Jesus and the Romans and the snakes. And I personally don't like that concept of Catholicism. But I think that in the book, the idea is to show our human roots, that religion is something that we humans create because we need to find some purpose. And that's the same with relationships with one person, which is not in nature, that is something that we created to have more purpose
To
or
work better
whatever.
in society, I think. Like we did it to manage people better, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, yes, like man, it's I don't know where when it started, but then it become a custom, and
Yes,
custom is always something that we humans like to control ourselves. Uh,
yes, we are all about routines.
yes, but I don't know what was the intention when it was first created, but I think that obviously is something that is not in nature, is not necessary, or or is not practical for a society that's only about consuming. I don't
Consumism.
know.
Consumism.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Very, very interesting point. I agree with you with the fact that in the world state, if you feel things, you maybe one day will wake up sad and you would not want to go to work, for example. You would feel like, no, I'm sad today. I just broke up with my boyfriend, so I'd rather stay at home. That means that you will not produce that day. So, in order to avoid that, do not have boyfriends. It's better if you don't feel sad, if you take some soma, you're just happy, you go to work. Now, I think in the reservation, on the other hand, in the reservation, they do not have a purpose. Because they can go out to the reservation, they will never be someone, they cannot have a different life than the one they have in the reservation. Just like in the world state, they're trapped. But in this case, there is like no purpose in life. So what happens, and this maybe this is going to sound ugly, but what happens when you have nothing to do is like when you what you see in the lowest scales of society, for example, like the most vulnerable people in our society, they only live through emotions. Is fighting, is having very toxic dramatic relationships, or fighting with your parents, or fighting on the street with anyone, like the classic fight on the street that just fights you because just because. And maybe that is because you the only thing you have is your feelings. I mean, are your feelings. And the only option you have to experience something, to live for, the only reason you have to live for is what you feel. maybe that is what they're trying to show us here. I don't know. Veronica, what do you think about this discussion? I would like to hear your opinion on the topic.
Yes. It's an interesting point that Felipe. I think in world state avoid many complex emotions. For this reason, for example, infuse people with young blood through the the veins. I don't know, blood in the
Blood.
in the body.
Blood. They put blood inside. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay. We got it.
I think this form they didn't have a pain, never, and they never feel suffer for others
Yes.
because they know died until 60 years or around 60 years. Um, it's a it's a good for a state because all the time um, they they was happy. Take some obviously because I feel bad for Lenina.
See, I was telling you before, she's not that bad. She's just a
Yeah.
victim of the system.
Yeah, because she stayed in the reservation. She really need in this moment take soma because she suffer. She was shocked with situation. It's very impact for eyes.
Yeah.
I remember history Bible
Yeah, the Bible.
history, the Bible history. I remember the same mentioned Felipe, the maybe crucifix, no sé cómo llamarlo en inglés.
Crucifying,
Como
crucifixion.
la
Cross.
crucifixion, maybe,
Yeah.
como state, 12 state crucifixion pass for different moments. I remember
The Via Crucis, you mean?
yeah, Via Crucis.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I went to animal school. Just for Kathy. You should have known this, Kathy, too. I bet
Yeah.
they should have told you
Thanks.
this in school, too. No, we're talking about the Bible, about the Via Crucis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the same school. That's why. So yeah,
Appear a snake.
the
In the
devil.
Bible, I parabolas with
Yeah.
a snake.
Yes.
Whippet. All the topics in the Bible has a reason the to be impact in your life.
Yes.
But I remember other chapter, maybe Mustafa Mon,
Yes.
he mentioned history is bank,
Like banned.
bank.
Prohibida. Banned.
Yeah. But in this moment, Bernard and Lenina in front history the same our society. Um, I think I don't agree with wiped or sacrifice people, but in Chile, for example,
Lo Vasquez.
Virgin Lovasquez, uh,
Creepy.
many people a long of time ago, they realized sacrifice, for example, wiped in the back. Now it is prohibited,
It's
but in
forbidden. Yeah.
other countries nowadays realize this sacrifice.
There are people outside who crucify themselves in Pascua, like in Easter. They crucify themselves like Christ.
For this topic, I agree with the new world state.
So you're part of the New World State now. They condition
But,
you.
yeah, conditioned, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe. I like if you choose people with young. I
Yeah,
like it.
young blood. Yeah, actually, that's a real
I
technique.
don't like wrinkles.
Yes, that's a real technique, and that is currently used in science. That they put young blood inside, and they use. I don't know how it works, of course, but it's about young blood. So you suck the young of blood, the young people, the blood of young people. Yeah. Okay, Francisco, you've been away for a little while. I would like to ask you, why do you think that people in this reservation make this are like fanatics? Why do you think that they are weeping themselves and symbolizing everything about religion? Why do you think it's all about religion here?
Um, well, maybe this answer is more after this chapter, but I think that the book try to show us this aspect in general about the religion, and that in previous chapter doesn't show us in anyone. And in this part are different aspect. For one part is like the, I don't know, the consumism, the a lot of rich, I don't know, a lot of the civilizations. And for the other hand, it's like a tribu, very
Something's going on. I don't know.
very
Yeah, please continue.
okay. And on the other hand, it's like a tribu. It's without any money, without any technology, anyone. And like you said before, only that they have is the feelings, the religion, the self. Sorry, the self-esteem, maybe the self-confidence and feelings in general. And that aspect is show through the religion and this God of Jesus or
Yeah, these
another. Yeah,
Bible references.
yes, it's like four on the other hand, on the other in the civilization,
Yeah. Yeah, I that's basically like that's in the line with what with what we were discussing before. So yeah, probably it has to do with that they feel nothing, and it maybe they're trying to show us like a little bit of ignorance. Maybe it's like we are in the two extremes here. When you are completely unaware of science and completely far distant from human development, you are a savage and you strongly believe in God because like God comes from a natural feeling or a need of answering questions. It's about feelings. I feel empty. I need to know
yeah.
why or where. You wanted to say something, Francisco? No, sorry.
No, no,
Okay, sorry.
it's
So
like how I said before, it's like inequality. It's like our society currently, I think that.
yeah, it's like when you don't have access to information, you only have the feelings, and from the feelings comes God and all that. And on the other extreme of society, when you are completely away from human emotions, when you only rely on science, when you only rely on technology, you lose your humanity. You lose your sense of society, of community, you lose your sense of individuality, you become a robot. So if you are too human, way too human, because you don't have, it's like being an animal, because you don't have education, you're a savage and you have feelings, only feelings. And when you have too much information, maybe you become a robot. So maybe he's trying to say like to tell us that what we should have is something in between. We need a little bit of both. So now I would like to change the topic a little bit. I would like to discuss the other important, very, very shocking fact. Was it shocking for you to see that the director had a son? Or like Lenina. Let's talk about Vero's best friend, Lenina. Lenina had an awful time this chapter. He suffered a lot. First of all, he saw an old woman, very old woman. Oh, someone is getting into the meeting. Very old woman. That is shocking for her. You are not used to see old people. She had a natural baby. She was wearing very ugly clothes. And the most shocking part was that she was Linda, the woman the director was talking about the chapter before, the woman he loved. So, Kathy, you were talking about this before. How did you feel when you heard about the director's kid? And most importantly, why do you think that all this happened? And why do you think that they live in the reservation and not in the world state?
Okay. I want to say something.
Yes, say something.
I think that the other things that I'm talking about, it's the feelings. I always believe that the people must believe in something. Whatever, for example, Jesus or anything. It's about the fe, no sé cómo se dice.
Yes, about faith.
Yes, I think that you always must believe in one thing. Because, for example, if you happen a bad things, who can think? I don't know what I say. Well, ¿a quién le pides? ¿O a quién
Yes,
crees?
you need some kind of comfort.
Yes, and I want to talk about this in my apartment, out the edificio apartment,
Yeah.
lives live a society, or I don't know what I say, Mapuches, comunidad.
Wow.
Yes, and because they encounter about the construction, or I don't know what I say, because I live close Las Palmas, and these people all the Sunday they wake up very early, about 7, and they start to sing or rezar, I don't know.
How to pray?
Yes, and they play with a palo.
Yeah, la chueca.
Yes, and I think that you're not obligated for example, accept these things, but you must be respect that believing. I think, yes.
Of course. I guess
And
we all agree on that. And if you don't, please, you're free to leave the circle. Yeah. So yeah.
yes,
Go
and
ahead.
the other question, I think that this woman is in love with the director, but I never think about the song. It's more interesting than my prediction.
Yes, yes.
Because when I listen the song, it was obviously director want to be or want to have a song. Yes.
Yeah. You think he did want to have a son or he didn't want to have a son?
I think that he did, probably, or maybe this woman is similar to, ¿cómo se llama el hombre? Bernard.
Español no es muy bueno. Sorry, you were saying?
For example, Bernard, he's different about the gamma or alpha,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
And this woman probably is different for it. Probably this woman, yes, can be mother, can be embarrassment. No, pregnancy.
Pregnant.
Sorry.
Can get pregnant.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think that for one part, probably the director want be a father, or maybe this woman is different about the rest of women, and she can be
Thinking she can
Pregnancy.
get pregnant. Yes,
Yes.
maybe because we know that a percentage of the people are made free mornings. That is when you cannot have babies, and like unfertile, let's say, and the rest of them take contraceptives so they don't get pregnant. And she did, but she got pregnant anyway. So maybe she is somehow different. Maybe her anticonceptive were not real anticonceptives. Maybe the director changed the pills, or maybe he wanted a baby. Maybe he didn't want a baby. We don't know that yet. Jorge, are you able to speak or just a listener? I haven't asked you anything because I don't know if you. It's just like the same with Christian. You both were having problems. So that's why we've been moving around the rest. Now, yes. Jorge, can you? Are you there? Can you speak?
Don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you can.
Yes.
So,
Hello, hello.
yes, there you are. Hello. I just wanted to ask you your ideas on John.
Sorry.
No, maybe it's not working that well. Definitely not working that well. It's like everybody's having trouble with connection now.
Que
Probably.
tengo el mal retorno, ¿no?
It's like mi español es muy buena, but you don't have
¿Cómo,
you don't have
cómo se
yeah.
escucha?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So maybe you're just
Have a lot of problems with the audio.
yeah. Sure, we understand you. Don't worry. So maybe you can stay as a listener
Mm,
because we
Now,
cannot hear you clearly. Okay, try. Go ahead. Try.
now,
Do you?
hello.
Yes. We hear
Hi, hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
you. Yes, we hear you.
But
No.
I
Okay.
don't feel confident of the audio, so I will accept your offer to be a listener.
Yes. Thank you for that. It's okay. I'm sorry
you
about
hear?
that. I hope you can fix it for next time.
I really want to talk, but the audio is fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh, bad words. Yeah, but we understand you. Don't worry. It was funny because every time you were trying to speak, it didn't work. The same thing would happen with that Christian. I think this is maybe a complot from Vero, Felipe, and Catherine. They want to have all the
Murphy.
attention. They want to have all the attention today. That's why. Christian, since you are here, I wanted to ask you, what do you think, or why do you think the director left Linda and John in the reservation and did not took them to the world stage?
Mm, I understand that the director left, but because mm, uh,
Why do you think so? Give it a try.
I don't remember. I don't remember, but I think that it was bad. He forget them.
Like he forgot them. Like, oh, I came here with my bag, my laptop, my coats,
No, no.
and oh yeah, it was
Uh,
something else. Where was it? I don't remember. Oh my god.
John and Linda.
Yeah. Like you, but you think that he just forgot about them and went back home, or that he had a reason for leaving them behind?
I don't have clear the reason.
Yes, we're speculating here. Don't worry, it's okay. Felipe, why do you think that the director left them there?
Yeah, it's tricky because when the director was remembering Linda, he was very conflicted. And in his version, he just thought that Linda was lost forever. Maybe maybe die or something like that. But another version is that he found out that she was pregnant and she had a baby, and he decided not to do anything and just leave them there. And that's one theory, because I think that it's very easy to find someone like Linda in the pueblo.
Mhm.
If he wanted, he could find them.
Yes, they actually mentioned that both Linda and John look completely different to the rest of the people. Most people are dark skinned, that this is Mexico. So this is like Mexican people, like you, me, Mexicans, Latin, and they are very Caucasians. They are very European. So it was easy to find her, but no one did. So yes.
I think that the director obviously he loves Linda, and I don't know if he wants to be a father, but he's a director, so he can prove position, and they don't show that he's in love, he's a father. I think that for this reason, they don't want or they don't search to Linda.
Yeah,
Because
like
yes, because like I say, Felipe, it's very easy to find her.
it was easy. Yes,
Mhm.
I think he definitely did not want to find them because it was easy to find them. It's like now in the present, in the reservation, everybody knows that they come from the world state. So it was like simple call phone or whatever type of communication they use in the world state. Like, hey, Mr. Director, you know who's here? Your son. But it's like 10%. No, you don't have 10%. You have a pendant baby waiting for you in the reservation. No, nothing. So Vero, why do you think that the director left them or forgot them or hide them? What do you think about his reaction to the babies? The baby and Linda. Linda getting pregnant, having a baby, all that.
I think director was died with news.
Yeah.
No. I think in the reservation, some director is was misfit, maybe the word misfit, because in adaptado.
Ah, yeah, like yes, yeah, like misfits, yeah,
In the book,
or like
is
weird. You can say
word. I
weird
searched the
or
words.
strange.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
it's okay.
strange. But I think in this reservation discriminate him.
Yes, definitely.
I feel bad. No, he feel bad there. Maybe when Bernard talk about the director, he talk about the position in the other society. Maybe John want to go or come back with him. It's the opportunity for Bernard that not return, or maybe he can go Isla. Maybe I don't know the word chantaje.
Yes, yeah, I was thinking of the same. I forgot that word. I know
Blackmail.
it. Huh? Blackmail. Yes, blackmail. I just needed a vague sound of how it was to remember. Blackmail. Yes.
Blackmail.
It's kind of difficult to remember words at this time of the week, at this hour, and this day. But yeah, blackmail. So yeah, you think
Blackmail.
Bernard is gonna blackmail the director?
Yeah, it's one opportunity for him.
Yes.
I think.
It's the
Yeah,
perfect tense, the
the
perfect.
perfect. Yeah. um, yeah, I think director was shocked with news, but I think I don't know, maybe other chapter. I'm confused with citation because I don't understand why she never returned world stay. Maybe the director knew knew this situation.
He
For
probably.
this reason, he mentioned that Bernard about Linda.
Oh, like
Maybe.
maybe he wanted Bernard to find Linda. Linda, that's what you're trying to
Yeah,
say? Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
maybe
Or, but yeah,
because
interesting.
he was connect with a reservation or Mar Pueblo
We guess so.
for telephone.
I mean, it's like obvious, but we don't know. But it should be like that. They should report to the
How
person.
never say that in this society live men white or
Yes.
I don't believe
Yeah, there is
that
something going on
director.
in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
definitely. It's weird that nobody complained about these strange people in the reservation. It's strange that the director mentioned Linda before to Bernard. Just like a strange comment, very unlike, like very strange. So yeah, maybe there are connections behind all this. We don't know yet. But yeah, I would like to just comment on the thing that you were saying, that John is segregated here in this society. He's different. He looks different. He's blonde. He's taller. He reads. And also Linda is also discriminated because she's conditioned. So all the women in town wanted to hit her because she was having sex with her husband, with their husbands. And she was like, this is what you have to do. This is what honest regular people do. And they were like, what are you doing? And they're showing us here how we do not accept different people, whether if it's in the world state or if it's in the reservation. They are always rejecting people who are different. So just to close this session, we need to ask Francisco your predictions or your opinions on why do you think the director left Linda and John on the reservation? Did he leave them? Did he hide them? Did he know? He didn't. Like, what do you think happened there?
Um, well, how several of you said, I think that he left to Linda for get pregnant, and it's like Papito Corazón.
Yes. Yeah.
Linda must be
Like
Linda.
heart daddy, heart daddy.
Linda should take the 10% of AFP.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I bet
Yes.
the director has a good 10%. Is a good one.
A good 10%, yeah, exactly. Then I think for that reason he left Linda in that place, and I think that in the future Bernard and Lenina when go back to civilization, tell to the director that no uh, to his son, then maybe director became angry and take some decisions about both Lenin and Bernard. Bad decision. I don't know.
Yeah, so you think that they're gonna get in
Yeah.
trouble? That they will
Yes.
blackmail the director, like, we have your son, we have your dirty little secret here. Because I think that if the society like finds out that the director did everything that was wrong, first, having a romantic relationship, second, having someone pregnant, loving someone, having only one partner, getting that person pregnant, and having that kid, which the worst of all is that he has a mother. It's like that's the worst part of it, that he was born naturally and that he has a mother. If society finds out that their standard did that, everything is lost. It's like, let's say you find out your, let's put in an example, imaginary example. Let's say you find out your president is a thief, that this fuck that did something to a bank and stole all the money. Let's say that we live in a country where we have a president that's been processed for stealing money from the state. The society will tear apart, and everybody would be like, okay, if he does it, why wouldn't I? And that's exactly why we're having problems now. So this is, I think, what will happen here in the society. We don't know yet, so we have to see. We have to see if there's blackmail. Maybe like the director finds out about this and just kill them right away. We don't know what's going to happen here. So I would like to ask you if you have any extra comments or any extra prediction before we finish the session. No? Those of you who have microphones? Katy, of course, go ahead.
Probably Lenina loves too young, or no?
She falls in love. Yeah, because she mentioned, I mean, I think the book mentions he's cute.
Yes, yes.
And she falls like for everybody. She likes everyone. Yeah, and she's out of drugs too. Let's remember that. Let's remember that Lenina will be out of drugs and Bernard will be out of drugs too. So we don't know how they are without Soma. We have never seen them in real action. So we'll see. We'll see where these things go. We'll see what happens with the director. And maybe we'll find out a little bit more about this story. And we'll get to know these two new characters. We have new characters here, John and Linda. So we'll find out more about them. Remember that next class, this is not a class, next circle is chapter number 8. So you don't get confused, just in case. And any other extra questions, comments, nothing? Yes? No? You activated the microphone just to say goodbye, everyone. It was a pleasure to have you here once again. And see you next Friday. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your words. Be good.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I love you guys. Be good.